Hello everyone and welcome to the video lecture series of learning Python programming. So in this series we are going to learn about all the nook and corner topics of Python program. So in this video we will be discussing about one of the characteristics of or one of the feature of object-oriented programming concepts. So in my previous video, I have just discussed a little bit of like what and all going we are going to cover up in the next video lecture. So basically, if we talk about the characteristics of Python programming, so they are mainly okay. Oops, sorry. So they are mainly first of all is your inheritance. Okay. Next comes is your abstraction. Okay. Next comes is your polymorphism, and next comes is your encapsulation. Okay, so these are the four different types of characteristics of object-oriented programming. You will get all these basic characteristics in every field, and these things we will be implementing by using different kind of languages. So here we are using Python. So let's check it out how to use the concept of inheritance in this particular video. In next video we will just discuss about the abstraction and polymorphism. Okay, so let's start off with inheritance. Basically what we mean by inheritance, Python inheritance. So let's forget about Python for the time being. We just try to focus on what is the meaning of inheritance. Okay, so inheritance actually it's just a basic example of what a parent and a child characteristics belongs. A child after birth, he or she generally inherits, or you can say extract some of the characteristics of the parents, maybe from the father, maybe from the mother. Okay, then that same characteristics from you, from that particular baby, after he becomes mature and once his child gets birth, so some of the characteristics also been transferred. So like this it gets inherit from one person to another person in a real time example, right? So here also the same concept. Here we will take one particular class as the main class, another class which will inherit some of the characteristics from class 1, okay, or you can say base class, and then it will keep on inheriting from that class to another class. So it depends on the like program to program, okay. So basically what we can say, inheritance, the definition of inheritance. So we can say that inheritance allows us to define a class the same way how you define a particular class that inherits all the methods and their properties, okay, from another class. Okay, so basically in a class the main things are methods and their properties or and their attributes. Okay, so the class which is being inherited from, that is your known as your base class or parent class. Okay, and the class that inherits from another class are also are called as derived class or child class. Okay, so that means if we talk about a parent class or base class, it is nothing but the class that is being inherited from. Okay, and child class or derived class, it is nothing but the class that inherits from another class. Okay, or you can say a subclass also. Okay, so there's generally this parent class. If you want to know about how to create a parent class, is similar to how you generally create a particular class. It's exactly similar. Okay, so let's go to our spider and then just look into like how to create a particular parent class, and then we will discuss about how to create the child class and all. Okay, okay, so let's discuss about an employee example. Okay, so I'm just creating a class employee. Okay, sorry, class employee column. Okay, now I am just using a special method, say underscore underscore init underscore underscore, and I will be using a self keyboard over here. Okay, and I'm just passing two parameters. I'm passing first name, and I'm passing last name. Okay, and in this special method I'm just declaring the variables that we are going to assign again and again. Okay, so now here I'm this is how I do self dot fname is equals to fname, and here I will be doing self dot lname is equals to lname. Okay, now I'm done. Now I will be creating. So what's the main thing that this class does is that it is defining an employee, and under that I am just defining some properties, that is nothing but first name and last name, and I am creating a particular method. Say suppose print the employee name. Okay, so I will just define print EMP employee name. Okay, and there I will not pass the parameters again. I will just pass the special keyword. Okay, special keyword, and here I will just simply print. I will print as self dot self dot first name f name comma self dot l name. Done. So my function is done. The method is done. Now I can come out of this, and I am just creating. In order to access this particular method, definitely I need the help of an object. Say suppose obj or emp. That will be fine. Eh? We are going with the employee. So in this employee, I will just create the emp as the object. So em employee as a function, and here I will pass the parameters. Say suppose first name as, say suppose Vinayak, my name only. Okay, and I'm taking another example. Say suppose Parashar. Okay, done. So I will just call the method emp dot. As soon as I click dot, then I need to get the method. See, it's given print employee name. Got it? And here I will. It's perfectly done. So you can run the program. Yeah, it's Binayak Parashar. It's coming perfectly fine, sir. So this is nothing but your a simple class named as employee. Okay, and this employee is nothing but your parent class. Okay, now let us take a child class of it. Say suppose uh, so this is done. Now I can go with here, and I'm just writing here as class. Okay, I'm just writing as employee1. Perfect. And here in this bracket I'm just pursuing employee. Okay, I'm not writing any first name, last name. I'm not taking it. Nothing. I'm going to take it. Done. Colon, enter. Okay, and here I will not do anything. I'm just simply passing it. Done. Now this particular employee1 is known as the base class. How? Because in this bracket, now whenever you are having come across with this kind of syntax that the first class name followed by the bracket in the second class name becomes the parent class from where this employee1 is accessing. Okay, now I will show it to you. I'm just creating it. Suppose one more object name. Say suppose emp1 is equals to employee. Sorry, my mistake. Employee 1. See, employee 1, and here I am just passing it. Now I've just created a new object that is emp1, and as soon as I type emp1 dot, just wait, it will give you the methods which are inside the employee class, that is your parent class. See, first name, last name, print employee name, but we have created this employee one for whom? For this class, correct? But here I have already mentioned. Now suppose if I don't mention this, now let us check it out. Suppose if I don't mention this, and here I'm just simply writing dot. Now let us check it out. See, nothing is coming. Can you check it out? This is nothing is coming. So that means this is not able to inherit some of the characteristics. Characteristics are nothing but the methods, the variables, the properties that is incorporated into the parent class. So here I have not mentioned, I have simply created a class, but I haven't mentioned any kind of inheritance process. How to create an inheritance? Just write down in the bracket from whom you want to inherit. So I'm writing employee. That's it. That's completely depends on you. You want to pass the parameter or not. Okay. Now here, as soon as I write the dot, so it will give you the properties. See, keyword, first name, last name, print employee is coming. Okay, so this is how we create a child class. Okay, now here we get print employee. Let me take the print employee, and here if I run the code, then it will give you Binayak Parashar two times. Okay, sorry, two requirement. Okay, sorry, I haven't given two requirements. So here I can give here as, say, suppose Amol Sharma. So it is coming Binayak Parashar, then Amol Sharma. So it's perfectly working. Now from here, we can declare that this employee is the parent class and this employee 1 is the child class, or you can say derived class. Okay. Now let's go with a few of the types of this inheritance. Okay, let's now check some of the types of inheritance. Okay, the first one is your, the term is simple inheritance. Okay, so what is simple inheritance? Simple inheritance is a very, very simple one, that is one parent class. Okay, and from that parent class there is a child class, that's it, one child class. So that means one child class is inheriting some characteristics from one parent class, that is your simple inheritance. Clear? Now let's go with the next one, that is your number 2, and that is your multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Okay, what is mean by multi-level? Now you can think of your own multi-level. That means there will be multiple levels. So that means one parent class will be there, and from that one parent class there will be two child classes. Now see, the first child class will inherit the characteristics from this one parent class, and from this one child class it will inherit some characteristics to second child class. That's it. So that means I'm just repeating in the back direction. That is, this second child class inherits some characteristics from this first child class, and this first child class inherits some characteristics from the first parent class. That means this is known as your multi-level inheritance, just like a 4 to 5 story building. That's it. Okay, now let's go with the next one, that is your multiple inheritance. What is meant by multiple inheritance? That means two parent classes will be there. Two parent classes will be there, and from these two parent classes one child class will be there which will inherit these characteristics. That means again I'm repeating from back direction. One child class will be there which will inherit the characteristics from these two parent classes, just like your father and mother, and you are the child. So you will inherit some of the characteristics from your father, and you will similarly you might inherit some characteristics from your father also, mother also. So this is just like a multiple inheritance. Okay. Next comes is your hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so I think, have I made any mistake the spelling? Yeah. Hierarchical. So hierarchical inheritance is a very simple thing. That's just a vice versa of multiple inheritance. One parent class will be there, and from this one parent class there will be two child classes. Got it? That means again I'm going in the back direction. That means there will be two child classes, and these two child classes will be inheriting some characteristics from a single parent class. That means you might be taking an example of your two siblings, of your two brothers. Okay, two brothers are inheriting some of the characteristics from the father. So this is an example of hierarchical inheritance. Then fifth one. Okay, fifth one is your hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance meaning is that there will be one parent class, okay, and from this one parent class there will be two child classes, and again there will be one more child class. See, I'm going in the back direction. This one child class will be inheriting some of the characteristics from these two child classes. Then here we end one particular part. Again, these two child classes will inherit some characteristics from one parent class. That means this part is nothing but what? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, And from hierarchical inheritance, if one more child class is there which is inheriting some characteristics from this hierarchical inheritance, that is your hybrid inheritance. So these are the different types of inheritance concepts in object-oriented programming. Now let us check how to express this in Python by using Python language. Okay. So now first let us check the first one, that is your simple inheritance. Okay. Okay. So simple inheritance. Simple inheritance means this is the concept. See, this is a child class which is inheriting some of the characteristics from the parent class. That's it. Okay. Now suppose, let me go with the simple inheritance is done. Now we can go to the multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance, there will be one parent class done, one child class done, two child class. That means this is not two child classes. This is, you can say, second child class. Okay. So second child class. So what we'll do, I'll be creating one more class. Say suppose employee. Employee. What is happening? Okay. Yeah. Employee number 2 is inheriting some of the characteristics from, you can pause the video, you can think of it, employee number 1. And here also I'm just simply passing this one. So that means what is happening over here, you can check it out here, that employee 2 is inheriting some of the characteristics not from the parent class, from the first child class, that is your employee 1. So that means as soon as I create an object, say suppose emp2 is equals to employee 2, okay, and as soon as I type emp2 object dot, see, no methods will be created. Okay, this is because of like the first class is inheriting some of the characteristics from employee, so that's why directly you might be knowing about this property, right? Transitivity property, A is equals to B, B equals to C, then definitely A equals to C. So some or the other, this is related. See, you can inherit these characteristics, not directly but in a multi-level way. So this is how, so I'm just writing it the print. And here in this, I have to pass two parameters, so suppose Abhay, and here I'll pass Deol. As soon as I run it, so we'll get three things. Got it? So this is how the definition of multi-level inheritance is done. Now the concept comes with multiple inheritance. See, in multiple inheritance, there will be two parent classes. This is some way the other, we are done with the multi-level, we need two parent classes. So what I will do, I will create one more class, say suppose CLASS class, say suppose employee 3. And here I'll pass two parent classes. Now for this employee 3, I'll pass employee 1 and I will pass employee 2. Done? Sorry, there is a mistake over here. Okay, done. Now I'm just give the colon and then I'm just simply passing it. Now as soon as I type one more variable, say suppose emp, so I'm taking employee 1 and employee 2. So in employee 2 I'm just creating a method, say suppose def print emp salary. Okay, and here I'm just simply passing it as a function name, so I'm just passing it as self, or you can pass here two parameters, say suppose x comma y, and here I am just printing as x comma y. Two parameters I have passed it. Okay, or directly you can pass one parameter because I'm just dealing with the salary only, and printing here is, so I can write down the salary is, okay, so I have to close it over here, okay. Now this is done. Now I have created a one more method, say suppose print employee salary in employee 2, not in employee 1, okay, employee 2. So as soon as I type emp2 dot, it will show you, let me check it out, f name, last name, print employee name, print employee salary is also coming. Can you check it out here? Print employee salary is also coming. So here in emp2 I have to pass, emp2 I have done it. So let me close this and I have to create one more object. I haven't created the object, employee3 dot emp employee 3. Okay, and here now if I type emp3 dot, let me check it out, it's taking a little bit of time. emp3 dot, okay, I haven't passed any kind of parameter over here. Why? Because this class is just an employee. Let's say suppose we are continuing with the same example, but I have created a little bit of compressed one so that you can like easily understand. Now I have created those names as A, B, and C. Okay, so A, B, and C. Now in order to these are three classes. Okay, and in class A I have just taken an object name and object last name. Okay, so these are two variables I have taken. So there in this class A I have passed a method that is print object, and here I am just declaring self object name and that self object last name, which two variables that I have created. Okay, now here we are doing this one, multiple inheritance. That means two parent classes will be there and one child class. So that means class B and class A will be two parent classes and class C will be the child class. That means in multiple inheritance, if I make class C as the child class, so here I have to pass on A comma B. That means C is inheriting some of the characteristics from A and B both. Okay, now let me create an object. Say suppose O1 is equals to C, and here I have to pass two parameters, O name and O last name. It is already mentioned over here. See, so I can pass like Vinayak, and I can pass as Parashar. Okay, and I have to call, suppose with the help of O1, as soon as I click dot, it will give you the methods which are present in both. So O last name, O name, then print object. Okay, so I will take print object, and here I will pass the parameters. Now as soon as I run it, okay, so it is showing some error, print object missing two required. Yeah, it is requiring two objects, so I need to pass on again Vinayak, and I have to pass on again Russia. So as soon as I run it, it will give it error, it will give it an output. So this is how you are going to use multiple inheritance. Okay, the same way if you go with hierarchical inheritance, one parent class will be there and two child classes will be there. So that means class A will be the parent class and class B will be inheriting some of the characteristics from A, and C will also inheriting some of the characteristics from A. So this is how you are going to write down for hierarchical inheritance. Okay, hybrid inheritance, one parent class, two child classes. One parent class, so A is the one parent class, two child classes. So B and C are the two child classes, and then I have to use one more class, say class D, and this class D will be nothing but one child class that will be inheriting from these two child classes. That means in this D I have to pass B comma C. So this is how you are going to write down. Here also you can write down pass. Okay, so this is how you are going to write down for hybrid inheritance. So I hope this is clear. Here we have tried to understand a lot of topics like what is the concept behind inheritance, how to write down the concept of inheritance, that is parent class, child class, okay, in Python. Then we have learned the different types of inheritance with basic examples. Okay, so in the next video we will come up with these three topics. As for like Python concepts, we are coming up with the end of this object-oriented programming concepts with this particular topic. Okay, so thank you for watching the video, and if you have any queries, you can comment down below. You can also it would be great if you can subscribe the channel and you can hit the bell icon. Okay, so thank you.